Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling. Oh, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Knocks it into space. Now, can they get him away? Morata. Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Anguissa clears. Stood up well to him there. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I've been hugely impressed with what I've seen so far from this guy, Jude Bellingham. You don't become a regular at one of Europe's leading teams at 17 unless you're very, very special. And he's the epitome of, if you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Nice sequence of passes, this. Backward it goes. Ederson. Oh, well played. Neymar. Looking for the run. He's on it. Can Morata! This time, surely! Goal! Milan! Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Cerezo Osaka with their first corner, the first in the game for either side. Surely now!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Seedorf. Spread to the right. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Menu aimed beyond the defence. Now it's Johnson. Back where it came from. Now it's Johnson. Threads one in. Now it's Greenwood. Menu. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Oh, good climb! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Over to the right flank. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. He's had it taken off him. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Tuanzebe. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Menu. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Morata is flagged offside. Sanuc. Now it's Zielinski. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Passing is crisp and sharp. It's Morata! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Bellingham. Chooses to go crossfield. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And here's Morata. Passes short and sharp. Can he finish? Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game. And a header! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Milan are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Neymar, distributed tidily. Zielinski. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Can he get it through? Oh, super ball. Tries. There's the shot! Zielinski. And it's Neymar. Menu. And here's Morata. Tries to pass it through. That is great defending, so alert. Bellingham. Tries to play it through. That's a pretty loose pass. Zielinski. Nicely spread. Could move up a gear here. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How would you review the first half?
Milan definitely happy with the way they've gone about things in the first half. Could they have turned more of their chances into goals? They can't let that be their regret now.
Milan are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. So we're off again. Milan currently ahead by the smallest of margins. And here's Johnson. Couldn't squeeze it through. And the counter is on. Oh, delightful ball. And it's made its way to him. Lovely bit of skill. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Oh, he's all alone. Morata! It's in! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really...
Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball. Lecomte herring after the ball here. Neymar. And Anguissa. And it's Mayulu. Great vision. Oh, what a ball! And a shot! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Oh, what has happened here? Menu. Oh, they can break here. Now it's Morata. Cherki.
Milan are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
And here's Johnson.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Anguissa. Defending was strong and firm. Now it's Greenwood. Neymar. And it's Mayulu. And here's Bellingham. Cherki. Morata chasing after it. Twanzebe. Can he get on the end of this? Out of play for a throw. Twanzebe. Vargas. Well, it's more pressure than ball at the moment. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Plays a sharp little ball here. And Marmoush! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Vardiol. Seedorf. Ederson. And they can counter here. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mayulu. He's shifting through the gears here.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Nice bit of skill, and he's away. That has ended up in no man's land. Nicely weighted ball. He's in plenty of space here. Adrian Bernabe. Oh, they could be caught out here. Morata! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, there's a bit complacent there, I thought, Peter. Maybe he thinks the game is already won.
No, that's been intercepted. Marmoush. Vargas. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Milan have time on their side now, as well as a 2-goal lead. It is just about done. Played out towards the right wing. He's found a way through. Marmoush tries a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Marmoush getting this one clear. And that's going wide left. Caught offside that time. Could be danger here. That's really well cleared. And the number on the board is 3. And it's Chukwuemeka. Vardiol. Chukwuemeka. Shapes to shoot! And that's in! It could be a lifeline! 2! And that's that. It's a super show all round. Both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about Morata!
Clarence Seedorf is good enough to mix it up there with the best on the planet.
In practically every position.
Yeah, he can perform a whole number of roles in keeping with that Dutch trait of total football, and he can have the swaying influence here too.
Carlos Mane receives it in a wide position. Tuanzebe. Fofana. Brennan Johnson. It's Morata! And he should have made them pay.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Fofana. Seedorf going forward. Space for him to turn and look. That's good play. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Mainoo. Greenwood was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Tries to play it through. Greenwood. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Menu. Morata. Shapes to shoot! Off the post! That's really well cleared. Zielinski running with the ball. It'll be a throw-in. Zielinski chooses to go crossfield. Now it's Mane. Seedorf conjures time and space where few can. Nicely weighted ball. Menu. And Johnson. Menu. And it's Menu. Menu unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Ederson. Shot could be on.
Morata really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Anguissa gets a foot in here. And he skips past his man. He's got away. And it's Seedorf. Johnson. Anguissa. Great ball and he's in. Oh, shooting chance! And he's done it! Pressure? What pressure? He feels none of it.
Well, at one stage, he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
So we have the first goal.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Seedorf. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Greenwood. Aimed beyond the defence. Zabarnyi spots it and intercepts. Sanuc played into space. Oh, played through for the wide man. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Tuanzebe. Half-time getting close now. Ederson. Now he's off and running. Now it's Greenwood. He's in a great position here. Morata! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Morata really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Milan with the corner. They're first. And now a sudden chance to counter. Seedorf. Here's Zielinski. And it's Firpo. Estevao. Now it's Morata.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
And we've reached half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Milan finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So straight into the second half.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Not the most accurate pass. Kalulu kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Lopez. Now it's Zielinski. Good ball, good take.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Vardiol lays it forward. Ederson. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now it's Dzeko. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Milan still behind thanks to that solitary strike. Ederson.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Almost an hour gone. And it's Mainoo. Greenwood. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort.
And Marmoush! Oh, it's hit the post! Kalulu can clear it away. Milan have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. That's put paid to the danger. They're back in possession and ready to go again. That's good running with the ball. Greenwood. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Is there another chance? And no mistake. AC Milan are all square. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly...
Big chance! Oh, good finish. And they're back in front. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Cerezo Osaka have their lead.
Milan really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Now it's Dzeko, and it's Zielinski. This looks promising. He's being urged to shoot. Decent chance! And that's a good finish. And surely that clinches it. There really is no way back now. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the...
Greenwood! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Pretty robust defending.
Cherki might just make this. Wriggles his way through. Ampadu. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Neymar. He's picked his way through. Neymar stood his ground strongly. Tries to pass it through. Now it's Greenwood. Well, that is one way to stop him. Caught offside that time. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. There will be 4 extra minutes. Mayulu. He's on it. Can he get away? Zielinski played with finesse. Zabarnyi deals with that comfortably. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end virtually unavoidable. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who... And a shot! It's hit the upright. Drills one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Oh, good ball! Oh, that's an excellent interception. Deftly away.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Now it's Morata. Cherki. And he's had it nicked away. Clarence Seedorf, Jim, a player of immense intelligence and relentless brilliance.
Yeah, he is the total midfielder, Peter. He's essentially a 10, an 8 and a 6 all in one. His tactical intelligence, his athleticism, his reading of the game, ball-winning capabilities make him a one-man counter-attacking unit.
That ball looks a good one. Sanuts. Threads one in. No way through, so back it comes. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
He is through here. Fermin. Cherki. Morata. Morata has got himself a free kick. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
Denied by a great piece of goalkeeping.
Absolutely terrific. Terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Zielinski.
Cerezo Osaka really do like to play with a distinctive style, one that's pacey and expansive.
And they have the players, those players that love a gallop or two out wide.
Yeah, they're the key supply routes, Peter, carrying the ball and then delivering it across that box.
Now he's off and running. Cherki. And here's Morata. Now it's Greenwood. Big chance! Goal! Milan! And we have liftoff!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Milan have taken the lead.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Menu. Greenwood. Milan do have a chance to counter here. He's got away. Looking for the run.
Well played and well cleared.
Chukwuemeka. Seedorf. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, well measured.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Taken back almost at once. Chukwuemeka receives it in a good position here. Now it's Morata. Oh, they can break here. Tries to pass it through. Oh, nicely intercepted. Fermin. Antonio Silva cuts out the pass. Now, can they get him away?
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And the shot! Well taken goal. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Johnson. And Cherki. Now that looks a decent ball. Chukwuemeka chasing after it. Johnson. Now, what about a counter-attack? Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And it's Menu. Can he get on the end of this? Well, that has not gone well. Well, they've got it again. Cherki.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And he's chosen to go back. And we've reached half-time. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Milan firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline. And here is the first touch of the second half. Greenwood does really well to win the ball there. Sabani. Lovely pass, but can he get there? This looks promising. Very nicely done. There's the shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Milan find a position of real... And the finish! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Zielinski. Knocks it into space. That has been slung wide. Spread out to the left. Fermin receives it in a wide position. Antonio Silva attempts a clearance. Great ball, and he's in here. And it's Bellingham. Tries to play it through. Now that's well seen too. Kalulu gets over and intercepts. Just about up to the hour now. It's a threat. Zielinski! And a neat finish. And they are right back within touch. Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Cerezo Osaka may be down, but not out just yet. Now it's Vargas. Now it's Menu. Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And the counter is on. He shifted it to the flank. Mayulu just eases him off the ball. Mayulu unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Menu. Vargas. He's found a way past. Oh, now he can run away with it. Chance, surely! In he goes again. Worth a try, but not this time.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley. That's going in strongly.
And it's Vargas. Aimed beyond the defence. And that's been... Goes for a shot! And it's in! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Milan. And the shot! Well, now it's a race. Oh, he's been caught napping. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's a shade optimistic. Savagni. Twanzebe. Ampadu. He's on it. Can he get away? Nicely weighted ball. Johnson gets into a good position. He's had a shot! Great football, shot and save.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
And we have our very first corner. Terrific effort! No, not the best of headers.
Well, just too much pressure on him in the end, Peter.
Vardiol. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
It's an inviting looking ball, that. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Looking to play him in. And this is Neymar. Johnson. Alderete. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Orsolini. Vargas. And here's Marmoush. And the number on the board is 3. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Eduardo Vargas. And that is that. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.